Greetings, Karibu, Kia ora. Welcome to 10 with David, with that crazy Kiwi Kingdom kid. How I like it. The alliteration is great. So over the last few days, I have been sharing with you my adventures, or some of them only, in the Holy Spirit, to show you that the Holy Spirit is indeed and real in my life and in many people's lives, and I hope in your life too. So, in the Old Testament, most people think that the Holy Spirit wasn't there. But I can assure you, he was there from the very beginning of time. And in fact, he is mentioned in the first verses of the Bible and the last in Revelation. So the Holy Spirit is there all the way through. Let's see what Genesis 1:1-2 says. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Yes, the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. So here we go from the very beginning. The Holy Spirit was there. Now, in the Old Testament, the Holy Spirit only came on some people that God wanted to use for special purposes, like the prophets, some leaders who were God-fearing, but not on the general people. The general populace had to go to the priests in the tabernacle. The tabernacle's here again, my favorite, and get the priest to pray for them. But now, of course, we don't have to do that, for the Holy Spirit lives within us, and that's another story for a future day. So, in the Old Testament, the most important person there, the central focus of the Old Testament, was Moses. Moses led the children of Israel out of Egypt and into the desert. Now, the Israelites, they were grumpy people, and they took all their problems to Moses. Now, one day his father-in-law came from Egypt. We don't know that he was a godly man, probably wasn't, but he could see that Moses was working his butt off and couldn't keep up the pace, colloquial language. So he suggested to Moses, why not, Moses, get some people to come and help you with the decision-making, the judging of the people. So then the Lord showed Moses how he wanted him to do it. So he showed him in Numbers 11:16-17, it was recorded. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, gather me 70 men of the elders of Israel, who you know to be the elders of the people and officers over them, and bring them to the tent of meeting, Moses' tabernacle, and let them take their stand with you. And I will come down and talk with you there. And I will take some of the Spirit that is on you and put it on them. And they shall bear the burden of the people with you, so that you may not bear it yourself alone. So God was going to transfer some of the Holy Spirit on to Moses, from Moses onto the elders and leaders. So that was a great idea and made Moses' life much easier. But then the Israelites, they were really good at complaining. When they went into the promised land, or into the desert, they sent some people into the promised land, Joshua and Caleb with some others, and they came back with a report that it was a bountiful place, but there were giants there. So the people decided they didn't want to go into the promised land and get killed by the giants. Not a good idea, they thought. They didn't trust God to be with them. So God punished them for 40 years until the last of the adults who came out of Egypt had died. So Moses took them through the desert, this way and that way. And the people grizzled. But of course they were thirsty as well. So God provided water for the people through Moses hitting a rock. And who is the rock today? The rock is Jesus, of course. And out of the rock flowed a stream of water so the Israelites could drink. Okay, but one day the Israelites really got Moses angry. Really angry. So he came to the rock and whack. He just hit the rock and the water came out. Then the Lord said to him, through the Holy Spirit, Moses, you didn't listen to me. For I told you this time to talk to the rock. So then the people could see it wasn't the rod that was making the water come out of the rock, but God through the mouth of Moses. How sad that was for Moses. He desperately wanted to go into the promised land. He had spent so long fighting for it. Yet God told him, no, Moses, because of you didn't listen to me, you can go up the mountain and look into the promised land, but you can't go in there. It has to be Joshua. For Joshua and Caleb, who also lived, were the two that led the people, the group, into the promised land the first time. So there we are. Here we have Moses stuck in the desert with these unhappy group of people. And yet he really had tried his best. But like all of us, he wasn't perfect. And so he suffered for his mistake. And it is the same for us today. I shared to you about the drunkard having to bring me to the place to stop drinking alcohol. So there it is. We all face that problem. So thank you for joining with me, and we will carry on tomorrow with the Old Testament and see more how the Holy Spirit acted there. I really like you coming and taking your time to listen. And we will see you again next time.